It's showtime.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. It's Saturday, it's Slabber Day, and it's time for OnlySlabs. To have OnlySlabs, we have to call Canada and say, hey, Canada, can Chris come out and play? And Canada says, this time.
Just this week. Okay.
Yeah. We appreciate you, Chris. Welcome to OnlySlabs, a show that you and I have made famous.
Feels like it's been forever, even though it's been just 2 weeks. It's just that the Saturday ritual is kind of messed up when I'm not here.
Well, this is the time of the year that there's this time of the year that not only do you occasionally miss a couple things because you're doing activities, but then we miss entire episodes for like once a month for a couple months because I have things going on, like at the end of this month or at the beginning of next month, I'll miss a day because I am on a cruise, and then there's the Heroes Con day, and then in July there's my July annual cookout. So for the next couple months, we're missing one Saturday a month. So yeah. Anyways, we decided it was time to have a guest on the show. We've been doing it for a while now. So why should this week be any different? And the gentleman who reached out and said, hey,
New York. Hello, New York. Yeah. Are you available?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it again. Go ahead.
Bronx. Hey, Bronx. Is he available?
How you doing, man? What?
Can you stop playing with the rats and come out and play with us?
Here we go.
Ovahi.
What's up, guys?
Hey, IzzyverseNYC, welcome to the show, my brother. Great to have you with us. We're going to get back to you in just a second. But first, internet law requires that we play Romper Room.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
And I'm not at the beginning of my comment, so I couldn't get right to it, but here we go. Marty Alechko, happy Slabber Day from Canada. Everyone kicks it right. Cancer bad, donations good. And of course, all these donations from these super chats and everything else go to Comics Curing Cancer. So thank you so much, Marty. Oh, what an odd name, IzzyverseNYC.
I guess I'll have to explain later.
Maybe. Or maybe it's not as odd and maybe he's just being facetious. Heroes for Hire Comic Club. Hello, Matt. Hello from Slab Lovers. It's Slabber Day. It most certainly is. Robert Monroe, happy Slabber Day. Wellbore. Hello there, Canada. Dr. Von Hoot's Comics from the Spiral Dimension. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to catch the rewind on this one. Have a great Slabber Day. Oh, that's unfortunate because, man, I don't know if you're still listening, Dr. Von Hoot. Otherwise, on the rewind, maybe you'll catch this. But my gosh, I was recording Monday's mail call, and I have it A-OK from the Von Hoot family, and I nearly came to tears. It is absolutely amazing. So thank you to you, your family, and especially Magic Badger. Let's see here. Cliff on Comics. Cancer sucks. It most certainly does. Cavalox Avalon, happy Slabber Day, everyone. Mr. Comics 89 says, Comic Specialist reporting for OnlySlabs. We thank you for that. It is a service worth rendering. Wayne Deacon, please tell me Chris is back. I miss his smiley face. And we love you, Rob, but it's slabbing time. Bat Dan, evening, folks. Saturday equals Slabber Day, even in Great Britain. That's good to know. Adventurous Joe, afternoon, only slabbers. Dad says hi.
Hello, Dad.
Hey, Joe.
Brian Barrick, good day, all. Good day to you.
What's up, Brian?
Bruce Firth from the Kingdom of Nerds. Hello, everyone. And hello to you, sir. Cup of Comics. Yo, Slab fans. Slab fans.
Hello, Will.
True. Phil Ailing. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Phil.
Nerdy Geek. Happy Slabber Day, Rob, Chris, and everyone.
Look, he doesn't
Oh,
even say.
Green
He doesn't
Machine?
acknowledge me again.
You're everyone.
You're everyone.
Yeah, you're everyone.
I'm everyone. Knows better than
You are one of the people, therefore you are everyone. Good afternoon to all slab heads out there. Absolutely, Shop. Thanks for swinging by. Val and Rook. Howdy, everyone. Happy Slabber Day. That's double happies in case you're counting. Comics, Caps, Collectibles, Rich. Hey,
Rich.
Rob, Chris.
Richie.
Mad Spidey. I might be away, but I'm still supporting. Well, thank you so much. Mad Spidey, of course, he is out doing some things today. Mad Spidey's Outback is, though, on. I'll be your host on Mad Spidey's Outback. So there you go. You get, if you're Saturday, if you think that this is all you get of me on a Saturday, oh, you have not been watching the internet.
Thought we were going to get Rusty's place again.
This one is for you.
That beautiful bean footage.
A deal. Hi to everyone. Do you recommend the Spider-Verse saga?
The film
Depends on what kind of saga you're talking about here. That's
Which
pretty
part?
big.
There's been a lot of Spider-Verse stuff, so it's really I'm not quite sure which one is being labeled the saga. To be perfectly honest, they've all blended together. The Spider-Verse stuff starts out okay, and it kind of becomes a money grab down the line.
Yeah, if you're talking the films, absolutely. If you're talking the comics, get Miles Morales, The Empire of the Spider, and if you're looking for a good Miles story, that's where you should go.
Nerdy Geek. Hey, Cliff, Brucifer, Matt, Wellbore, everyone. There you guys go. Saying hello to everybody. Stephanie, the former birthday girl. She just had her birthday recently. Back. Hello, everybody. Thank you. She calls out Izzy specifically. There you go. See,
that's someone
this time you got named and we
that's
didn't.
what I'm talking about.
Although we were beautifuls.
Let's be honest.
Obviously.
Yeah, but me and Madame, we go way back. We're family.
You got a name, but we're beautiful. So we got it. We're cool. Cliff on Comics drops at $4.99 super chat. Phenomenal happy Slabber Day. Well, this one, Cliff, is for you.
I think the rocket ship was for Cliff.
They're all good. Lone Eagle, howdy y'all. Dead Man comic cover. The Dead Man comic cover show drops a £5 super chat. It says, for the kindness of Dr. Von Hoot last week when my card was poorly. Oh, yeah, that's right. He had to have him go. Hi, Slab people. I remember that. He was having difficulties getting his assets in. This one's for you, sir.
Time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
Flash by Night Comics. Good afternoon, all.
Hey.
The Izzyverse drops in. He says, no Sydney, but that's okay. It's true. I don't have Sydney, but I can give you some justice.
Free refills with that?
I'll accept.
I can't believe I made it to the show. It's like a portal in a Phantom Zone. I only see glimpses when I'm lucky. Well, we appreciate you being here, madam. Let's see. Who Dat Comics and Movies. Hello from the French Quarter Fest in New Orleans. Well, excellent. Thanks for making time for us. We appreciate that. Valenrook dropping a $5 super chat. Yo, Slabberday, boo cancer. 100% we agree. This one is for you.
You know, I'm very conflicted about how I'm supposed to feel watching this.
Hi, guys, from House of L Comics. Thank you. The real James Willie dropping that member chat. 27 months a member. You know, I was actually going through the membership stuff to get the cards and stuff ready, and I realized as I was going through it all, out of the 65 channel members between the Goon Squad and Henchmen combined, there are only 10 that have been a member for less than a year. Thank you guys for your long tenured membership. And for those of you who aren't, maybe consider it. All goes to support Comics Curing Cancer. It doesn't line my pocket. It doesn't pay for my StreamYard. It doesn't do anything. It's 100% of this, what I get back on the Super Chats channel membership trails. It all goes to support Comics Curing Cancer. Let's see here. Who else would you say hello to? We haven't said hello to, so I'm looking through the chat, getting caught up here. Bang. JSS Brooklyn. Brooklyn supports the Bronx and Rob and Chris too, obviously. Well, and thank you for that. Let's see here. Get here. This one's for you.
Bet she gives great helmet.
Kiss me. No.
You need it on the bridge, sir. Knock on my door. Knock next time.
Taylor, more like Rizzyverse, am I right? Son of a Bruce, hey all. Hope everything's going for you.
No rats today.
Up at the store, sir. Let's see, of course, Son of a Bruce. Chris, go ahead, take it away. You can give him a free plug. Go ahead.
Chris is the owner of my LCS up here in Cambridge, Ontario. The now famous Retro Rocket Comics. If you ever make your way north of the border and you're visiting Toronto, swing out 75 kilometers, or about 55 miles due west to Cambridge, and you will find the great little shop known as Retro Rocket Comics. Chris works every day. He's closed on Mondays. But yeah, if you ever, again...
Tell him OnlySlabs sent you.
Yeah. Tell him OnlySlabs sent you. And yeah.
He might give you
great
30 Canadian cents off.
Great mystery boxes.
All right, let's see. Where are we at in the chat saying hello? Comic Mike. Hi, everyone. Well, hello, sir. Thanks for coming on by. Appreciate you, sir. Let's see here.
Simple yet
effective. Hiking the desert or something. Boom, 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 boom. I'm looking. Space Case Collectibles. How's it, everyone? Thank you for coming by. MJ Comics. Good evening. Thank you, sir. And bang. And thanks for telling me the true distance, Chris. There you go. And with that, we are caught up in the chat until we got this one.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I actually made it. Comics on the Edge, finding the strength to wake up at 11:40 in the morning. We appreciate you, sir, for joining us. My buddy from the low grades.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. So anyways, let's rock and roll. Let's get this show going. Let's move Izzy to the position of power. Let's change the banner so we know now it's officially time. We'll make him big. Boom. We'll move us over here. Boom. And then just like that, Izzy, we pause for a second because we get another super chat in. Kick cancer in the balls.
Oh.
Indeed. This one is for you, sir. Well, I cut it off early by mistake. Wrong damn button. I meant to hit no, not that one. Comments. God, I'm a rookie all of a sudden. Somebody
it happens. It happens all the
time. And what's that?
That glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, that's right. All right, and here we go. Blame Canada. I don't know what we're blaming them for, but I'll take the $19.99 super. Maybe we're blaming him for having a good show.
He's Canadian. It's all good.
Yeah. So, anyways, major super chat. That means Lucifer, you get the big one, and that means we've hit every single video today. This one's for you, sir.
That's not what it looks like.
All right, and here we have, he's not actually a new member. Comics on the Edge just upgraded his membership to Goon Squad status. Thank you so much. Appreciate you there, sir. Welcome to the Goon Squad. We'll get you into the Goon Squad chat and such later on today. All right, Izzy, before you start showing off slabs, we do have to give your comic book origin story. So in the dystopian future, when your pseudo stepfather decides, or company you were working for decides to get you hooked on drugs, and then you have to force yourself to use DNA, special DNA machines to rip that drug out of your system, so you're not a slave to him. But mistakenly, there was a spider in there, and you became the Spider-Man of 2099. Tell us that origin.
I'm a little concerned now. And you're right, Mad Spidey, by the way. You'll get it later. So the story goes is I've been collecting comic books since the tender age of 10, back in 87. And it was my sister's boyfriend's friend came over to the house to hang out a little bit. He brought them some comic books. There's a famous Captain America cover where it's Captain America, John Walker, Captain America, and the new Bucky. If you guys remember that one, that cover with their and that
we give it away a few times.
That thing stood out to me like nothing. I saw that, I was like, this is awesome. So I went. And I've always loved comic books in general. I was a big fan of Spider-Man cartoon, which was my favorite cartoon. The original 63, which was on reruns. But at the same time, the NBC series, which was Spider-Man, and then eventually became Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Mm-hmm. And then over on ABC, you had the Super Friends, which we all know the iterations there. So I was always a huge fan of it. During the week, it was He-Man, Thundercats, Transformers, G.I. Joe, you name it. So I started collecting comic books. I would go to my local newsstand, which was right down the block, and I would pick up some comic books from there, and I was hooked ever since. Never looked back. Really, what ended up happening is I just kept buying comic books, and I started learning more about how to take care of them. At that time, they were kind of still, for kids, but still at the same time, people were collecting them as hobbies. Long story short, I got really into art as well. And I became an artist. And as I became an artist, I would draw these characters for my school paper and all that fun stuff. Then fast forward to the 2000s, when I took this a little more seriously, I started my own actual comic company with a couple of friends of mine here locally. It was a company called Pronto Comics. We're a small collective. Did some books. I was part of the very first Kickstarter campaign that's out there. If you go to Kickstarter, you'll find me doing a video. And I took a little hiatus to take care of some personal matters. And back in 2021, I want to say, I got into the YouTube business, and that's where Izzyverse was born. Izzyverse was really meant to be a mashup of everything I love, which was comic books, wrestling, and anything else. And then you guys know all the story about YouTube. It's like you got to stick to one niche. YouTube doesn't like multiple. So I figured I knew more about comic books, and I got really involved in the comic book business again. And as of today, got a nice little show that comes up every Mondays, live stream, hang out with you guys throughout the week. And as you know, I do a lot of stuff with Cover Price, Go Collect, and Global Comics. And that's what I've been doing ever since. Fun stuff.
Phenomenal. Well, that is not the Cliff Notes version, but we appreciate it nonetheless.
I can make it longer.
No, that's good. All right, Izzy. Everybody, of course, scrolling down below, his links are down below in case you're not already following Izzy. Let's show these folks the first slab that you brought with them today. oh shit, Izzy drew a character of me and it came out awesome. Nice.
So the first one I'm going to do, I'm just going to get it out of the way. This
Okay.
is the first book I submitted as an artist to CGC, and it was
Banger.
Right. So
How
this
you doing,
I
Red?
did it not that long ago, and if you look at the top, if you look at the banner, you'll see it'll say "Sign and Sketch by Izzyverse," and this is the
Nice.
first. So of course I kept the first.
Adrian, welcome to the show.
Right.
That's awesome. So you got to keep your first one.
Yeah, I made sure to keep the first one. It was like, I've done plenty. I've submitted a whole bunch of them afterwards, but I said this one is staying.
Bid of $100 from Mr. Comics 89.
Yeah. Sorry, not happening. All right, so that's it. That's the only sketch one you're gonna get. Just out of curiosity, was this the first Izzy sketch on your show?
On this one, yes, I think
Okay,
so. Maybe.
Great. I'm happy. All right. Our next book that I'm going to go over is a sentimental book. So the book in itself, I'm going to say, has no real value. But several years ago, about 2 years ago now, there was a mystery box. And the person that was doing the mystery box, he also had a golden ticket. You guys are familiar with Empire Comics, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So Empire Comics did a mystery box. And during this time, people were buying the boxes, and he did a golden ticket. I won the golden ticket. And as a result, I get the slab. So as we're talking, I find out that he used to live 2 blocks away from me in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So we started talking. We got pretty close for a very short amount of time, but that was around that same time that he surprisingly passed away.
Mm.
So when he passed away, I didn't receive the box yet. And in my brain, I'm like, oh man, sucks, but what am I supposed to do about this, right? So it turns out the box was shipped, and I picked it up, and it's just crazy and surreal that I got the last golden ticket, and it was this book.
Oh yes, the return of Bermeo to Marvel Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you got that nice Doom helmet there, and I kept as a souvenir.
Oh, nice.
The golden
Very
ticket.
nice.
So this to me it's the other book that's not leaving my presence. You know what I mean? It's sentimental. I don't think it has any big value to it or anything like that. But in this particular instance, the value is in
what you did there. Fantastic cover. Huh?
It's just the sentimental value that this is something that, Empire, rest in peace, or, and everything. Great guy, good guy. I had a chance to talk to him for a little while. I never had a chance to actually physically meet him, but I'm just happy that I got this as a result. So, all right.
I could just picture that in my head, like the 5-6 seconds right before that picture with Thing just ripping that mask right off his face.
Kind of surreal what happened not that long ago in the comics now, right? When you think about it. Okay. The next book is a book I picked up about a year ago. I picked this up as a raw. I buy my books raw. I don't buy slabs. I buy them raw, and then I'll ship them out. And I don't care what grade I get.
This fancy guy.
I'm that kind of guy. But the reason why I had to get this book is because of its creator more than anything. And to be honest, it was a little bit of a spec book at its time. So it's Spectacular Spider-Man #9.
Yeah,
All right,
I
featuring
remember the spec book for a hot minute. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is the first appearance in comic book format of White Tiger. What makes it so important to me is that this is a character that's based out of the Bronx and is also Puerto Rican, created by a man that's based out of the Bronx, who's also was Puerto Rican, the great George Perez. So it's another one of those books for me, right? Where it's like, this is the first Puerto Rican superhero in Marvel Comics. So as a Puerto Rican myself, which a lot of people don't know, I think this is a very important book to me.
Only people who've never watched you.
Yeah,
This is
they
Rob
start
is
hearing me
correct.
talking, right?
Rob is-
Este muchacho hablando así, tú sabes. So there you have it.
Puerto
I picked up-
Ricanos.
Yeah.
See.
So
Awesome.
all right, now we're gonna go a little more fun. with the more specky books. Book that I got signed over. I'm trying to remember when it was. I got this signed on my birthday. I just realized that last year. I got it picked up. It is the first appearance of a character that was, again, another spec book because there was a little movie that came out not that long ago. But I got a signature of Jeff Loeb on Hulk 2. And it came in a 9.8, so.
Now,
red hole, the reflection there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you crack this or did you submit it raw?
I submitted raw.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he doesn't. He says he doesn't get slabs, so.
I normally don't buy slabs. Like, off the top, I buy them raw. I send them out, and that's the. But this is a book I've had in my collection for a while. So the book in itself, I bought when it came out. A lot of the books I have, I picked them up when they came out. So this was one of them.
So buckle up for some moderns.
Yeah, I picked it up for $2.99.
He likes it raw.
Yeah.
Raw dogging.
ARs, I'm leaving Kansas City after meeting up with Bobby Beckerman in circumstances while we're hanging out. Jim Mafood walked in, not entering the giveaway today because I'm already too lucky. There you go.
So you guys know that's right. Does Cliff knows? Oh yeah, he knows all about it.
We all know.
We're Chocleta brothers, man.
All right.
Okay, this next book was part of a giveaway book that they will give at Wizard World. Have you guys ever heard of Wizard World?
Yeah,
of course.
So back in the day when Wizard World existed, I would go to Philly because this was before New York Comic Con. So for a while, we didn't get a convention, so we would go to Philly, and I would get the VIP, and part of the VIP, you will get a graded comic book. And this one was back in 2008, and I showed you Hulk 2, but what I didn't show you was Hulk. Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Now that's surreal.
I knew you were going to play that one first. I knew it was coming.
So this is a Michael Turner exclusive, Wizard World exclusive of Hulk #1, the first cameo appearance of Red Hulk.
Nice.
Go ahead and say it, Rob. Go ahead and say it.
What?
First is first.
Oh yeah, first is first. There you go. Sorry.
Well, he shows up at the very end though, which is weird. But
is it his first appearance?
Here we go.
So are you going to say 298's Venom's first appearance with all you see is hands?
No, you don't see his whole body. His first appearance of Venom's hand. If I want to go that route, I'd say that if I wanted to go that route, I'd say that Secret Wars 8, is his first appearance because it's the.
That's even more of a technicality.
Well, actually, no, that's still his origin. I guess ASM 252 is his first
origin
anyways.
Of the symbiote that eventually becomes Venom.
First appearance of the symbiote.
I think that reality Venom is the combination of the symbiote and Eddie Brock.
And Eddie.
And anybody else, it's not really Venom.
I agree. Same thing with Mary Jane as Venom.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, right. But this is gorgeous. Michael Turner, another person we lost too soon. Gorgeous piece. I find that this one should be worth more because it's more of a rarity, but the other one seems to be more sought after.
I mean, TW's not wrong.
There's no. Everybody knows that Hulk 180 is the first appearance. You can call it the cameo appearance, and that's fine. It doesn't need to be just because it's the first appearance. Doesn't need to be the big money book. All right, it's completely fair. He shows up. End of the story.
All right, so let's go with another book that I guess is on the spec radar these days because we have another movie coming out called Thunderbolts.
I think everything's on the spec radar these days, almost.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we got a movie called Thunderbolts coming out next month. So I've had this book. I got it signed by the one and only Jay Lee.
Great book. Great book. Fascinating character. Just ask Carnage. He knows all about how fascinating Sentry is. Yeah.
So have you seen the latest trailer where they feature him as the Void and they just show a silhouette of the guy? I wonder if that's going to be the final cut.
We'll see. We'll see. Great book.
Yeah,
This one upset me because it should have been a 9.8. I don't know why it's a 9.6. No real reason. But I like Jay Lee's.
There's such a small difference. It's always in
those solid color books.
Yeah.
They can be challenging.
Mm-hmm. Great book. I love this book. This is
Nice.
Look at that signature.
Good timing, Ronnie. Good timing.
Mm-hmm. All right, time. It's time for Lobo. I wore my shirt. We're gonna get started.
Frag.
Oh my god! If I had to pick between those two, Mr. Comics 89, I'd have to go Jackpot, but I'd rather go with none of the above.
Quick pull. What better MJ Jackpot?
Jackpot had the better story. I'll say that.
MJ as MJ. How's that?
I don't know what Al Ewing's doing. Okay.
She's a supporting character that should be home in the couch. I'm not saying that. All right, let's start.
Ladies and gentlemen, Izzy's position on women in the home are completely his own and not necessarily reflective of those of us here, the hosts. Of
I'm just saying, she's always sitting in the couch. That's all I'm saying, guys. Always sitting in the couch.
Only when Campbell draws her is she sitting up.
No, not anymore. You saw that last cover. Just sitting in the couch. Anyway,
all right.
Let's move on to one of my favorite DC characters, and it's the main man. We're going to be sticking with the main man for now. So let's start off with this one. This book has so much history for me. So this is my second Lobo's Back book, because my first one, when I picked it up when it first came out, you know, I had to start something up, right? So when I first picked up this book, when it first came out back in 92, I picked it up at the local comic book shop, and I remember opening it up. And now it says here, suggested for mature readers, but it's a triple cover. Some people don't know that. This book actually has 3 covers in it. And as you open it up, it says, so that means kids, put this book away. Seriously, put this away, because it's extremely mature readers. Well, I don't know about mature readers, but, you know, for adults, I guess. And I was convicted.
Wow.
I actually was convicted, and I gave the book back to the dealer. It was just one of those moments when you were
convicted?
Yeah, I was convicted. Chris knows what I'm talking about.
Convinced. You were convinced.
No, the word convicted is the right word for me. So I just said,
okay,
I
so
didn't
you were
feel comfortable with it, right?
What'd you do? Take some popcorn, caramel popcorn, or something?
I'll talk about it offline.
All right, never mind. All right,
okay,
anyway.
So I just didn't. I didn't feel right about it, so I actually gave the book back. He gave me another book, and I just felt conflict is another one, right? But I ended up getting the book back eventually. So I love Lobo, and I love Simon Bisley's work on Lobo. Convicted, yeah. He fell back. He knows what I'm talking about, Flash.
Convicted. I don't know. I hear convicted. It's a different word in my head.
Great. This is a fun book, man. I love this book.
All right. I'm sorry, MJ, but I'm sorry, everyone, but MJ should be in my bed. What?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, Mary Jane. Okay, hold on. I thought that we were talking about MJ Comics, and
this is
we were seeing a whole new side to Spidey that I had never expected. But fair enough. All right.
You know, not to tell you the truth, I thought it was MJ Comics too.
Hey, I'm okay, Simon.
Okay. All right, our next book here is it's a great Christmas story.
Yes, I remember this cover when it came out.
Another one of those books, you just look at it, it's like, I gotta have it. Like, I'm so looking forward to seeing Lobo on screen, because I'm hearing really good stuff about the bike right now. I heard that the bike looks amazing. So, another one, Simon Bisley as well. Fun stuff.
Oh my god.
Bonjour.
We thought we learned so much about Simon.
All right, let's go to our next book here. Here's a lot of people say this is the book that kind of gave us the Lobo that we know today. It's Justice League International 18.
I'm not familiar with this one.
Really?
The bowl cut from hell.
Yeah. The bowl cut from hell. Now, the next issue, it's the same drawing, but on in the reverse, where Guy Gardner is doing the same thing to Lobo, but this one's the better looking one. And as you can see, Lobo wasn't as detailed as he is today with the eyes and kind of like whatever we call that mustache or something. What is it? A mustache? What is it? It's a tattoo. We'll see. We'll find out.
5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, it's a cool cover. All right.
Yeah, sweet cover from Wayne Deacon.
All right, and like I said, I'm keeping it on Lobo today for now.
All right.
And the next one is a book that I think is going to see an uptick as well. Legion 94, issue 63.
The Man of Steel. Mm-hmm.
Who is the main man now?
Yeah.
I love it, man. It doesn't really have anything to it. It's not a key in that way. It's just a really cool cover.
Yeah, and that's
all it is.
Collectors.
Who's the cover artist for this one? Is he?
The cover artist for this one, I don't think it says it here, so it's kind of hard. It says Jorgenstein, but Barry Kinson. There it is.
All right.
Yeah. All right. We got one more Lobo. We got two more Lobo.
Okay. All right.
Might as well throw it out.
Banger.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, and boom goes the dynamite.
This is the original comic I bought and purchased.
Nice. And you get the 9.8 out of it.
Got a 9.8 of a comic book that's 99 cents.
Newsstand.
That was purchased in a newsstand.
Nice. Yeah.
There we go.
Outside of his first appearance, this is the book I always think of when we talk about Lobo. Yeah.
Well, I would say this is the book that it's kind of like the same way with Deadpool. He didn't really become the character until this run.
Hey, he's biting his lip. Like, what's going on behind him that we can't see?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah. Is he in the doctor's office, maybe?
Yeah.
Men's health is important.
Well, look, he's biting hard, too. Look at that.
I know. He should really relax. It makes it much easier. Make sure you have yourself checked, gentlemen.
It's temporary. Very temporary.
Just saying.
Yeah.
We're all about no cancer here, so have yourself checked today. Well, maybe not today. Maybe schedule an appointment today.
All right. And let's go with the last one. Yeah, I just bagged these, so I'm just taking the adhesive out. Our last one.
Boom.
Holy cow!
All right, Izzy, let's do this.
All right.
Would you mind reading us what's on the right side of the blue label there, my man?
Yes, I can. It says the first appearance of Lobo.
I would argue that Justice League International 18 is where he became the Lobo we know today.
That's fair.
It's
fair.
Sweet. I'm curious. I haven't looked at this book. I know that before the announcement, this book was super reasonable.
It still is. It's about $100, give or take, in high grade. The slabs, though.
Okay. I was going to say 9.8.
Yeah, I'm talking about raw, but the slab is like around $350. It goes around $350 now.
Just remember the name of the show and how we talk about stuff.
My apologies.
All right. So
as you know, I kind of do like fair market value stuff, you know.
Yeah. So we do know actually it hasn't really changed any.
No.
It just hasn't gone down like many other books. Because the I'm not even gonna play the game here, but a 9.6 is obviously before you get the big jump in price. The 9.8 at 350, 9.6 is runs you about $150, which is where it was almost 2 years ago. And a 9.0 runs you about $100.
Yeah.
So super reasonable book.
It had a high print run despite the title being what it is. Like, let's be honest, who picked up Omega Men?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why this had such a higher print run.
Name me one Omega Man. Yeah.
Possibly. But at the same time, if you look at the census count, it has a pretty high census count. This book in general. It's just one of those
priced appropriately.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot out there. So
I mean, it looks like readily, like in raw condition, you can find them between $60 to $80 in, higher mid grade, and then of course $85 to $100 for high grade raw. Yeah,
yeah. It seems to be a very common book for its time, even though it doesn't really make any sense. It's pre-crisis, so it wasn't like a major print run, but it does have a high print run for some reason. Just don't know why.
Well, that's good. We got ourselves what we're doing. Anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and let's pause right there, and let's go ahead and throw up our hashtag for our first giveaway for his beautiful comments. We're going to cancel Izzy. The font, just so we're clear, because there is a font there that's an L and an I. It's not double L's. It's not double I's. Just cancel Izzy.
Or cancel Izzy. Cancel Izzy.
Cancel Liza.
Fonts. Anyway, so Izzy, well, people are making their campaign to cancel you. Why don't you let them know what's coming up on your channel, why they might want to subscribe to the Izzyverse.
So before you cancel me, you can subscribe to me. My channel is Comics with IzzyverseNYC. I do a lot of spec talk with my good friend Shane, 1063 Comics. We recently did the top 10 indie comics. There we go. We do a lot of talk about speculation. So there's a top 10 list where we take all our books, all the books for all the different top 10 lists, and we combine them into this hodgepodge of what a top 10 list should look like. Also, we do other things like a 30, 60, 90 look back. I also do videos with Cover Price. So there should be a Cover Price video out sometime today. Also, I'm doing articles with Go Collect. So again, I do a lot of spec talk. I do a lot of stuff of that nature. And that's really what my channel is really about. So thank you for supporting me, J-Man. And I appreciate that. And at the same time, I'm just Izzy, man. I just be what I am. You know what I mean?
The Rat King.
I'm the Rat King. Let's not even start how that came about. But we remember, for those who don't know.
At least appreciate that for the story on my Instagram promoting this, that the music was from the band Rat.
I didn't pay attention to that part. You know that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Team Ohana rolling in there saying mahalo and smash that like, everyone. Thank you so much for that. We'll go ahead and get you. This one's for you, sir.
I'm very conflicted about how I'm supposed to feel watching this.
Thank you so much there, Rich. Team Ohana coming up on a future episode down the road here on OnlySlabs. All right, Chris, how about for yourself? What's coming up there? Everybody, by the way, while you're entering this hashtag, we do ship internationally, so feel free to enter no matter where you are at.
Well, let's begin by saying let's have everyone smash that like button. It's still kind of low compared to the number of people that are watching. So smash that like button, everyone. Myself, you can expect a CGC unboxing video that I'll be making with the aforementioned Shane from 1063 Comics in the very near future. As for that, you can keep an eye on the Comic Vet YouTube channel for Show Us What You Got, the live new comic book day hangout that goes live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where it's an open panel for everyone to come on and show their new books that they picked up for New Comic Book Day and also new books that they picked up for their PC. We have a little fun game where we try to make ourselves the champ of Show Us What You Got each Wednesday, and Dr. Von Hoot, Comic Con Spiral Dimension, then gets to pick Richie. Come on, Richie.
Well, that's a
Gets to declare his champion, and we have a little fun with it.
Can't see Lizzie.
That's phenomenal. All right. 77 out of 60 for cancel Izzy. I guys go ahead and hit that cancel Izzy in there. I'm going to give you just less than 1 minute longer while the henchman scroll rolls. Yeah. All right, that's all. That's all you guys get. No more time. Ready or not, wheel of fish. Our winner of this first set of pulls from the greatest weekly giveaway box on YouTube, Ronnie Johnston. Congratulations, Ronnie. Let me move that there. Let's move me here. Let's move me here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's still wrong, huh? All right. Nope, that's the front of the box. We know that because it has the sticker on the front. All right. Izzy, you know how we do this. You can pick a number 1 through 10 from the front, 1 through 10 from the back, or we do back to front action. We pick a spot. You tell me front, behind, or both. All together, pulling 7 books from the box for Ronnie.
We'll do front to back.
All right, front to back. Here we go.
And stop.
Okay, front, back, both.
Pick the front and the back.
So both. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Now we're going to go from the back to front.
All right.
And we'll stop right there.
Okay.
And we'll do the same thing. We'll take the front book and the back book.
Okay.
All right. So that's 2. We need how many more? 3 more?
Yes, sir.
Let's take the last 3 books.
All right.
All right.
Watch your back.
I look forward to making Chris lose his mind.
Yeah, I'm all right today. We'll see how this goes. Come on.
He's putting them in order.
I gotta flip them. I gotta flip them also. All right. Cool. All right, Ronnie, coming your way. First out of the bat, we got ourselves some Todd McFarlane Gunslinger Spawn.
Nice.
That's a great cover.
Issue number 1.
Todd McFarlane.
We've got the
good thing they pick a McFarlane, right?
Good Canadian kid. Let's go.
Incredible Hulk 340, the 3D variant.
A second McFarlane.
So he's got 3D glasses. You can read a Hulk and Wolverine fight story in 3D.
Sensing a theme.
Doctor Strange issue 53.
Oh no, it's actually an homage, isn't it? Yeah, because the original is Fantastic Four.
Oh,
okay. Punisher issue 1, the first
that's a
appearance
nice
of the Apostle of War.
That is a great cover.
Yeah, it's a great series.
He's been laying low
have
lately.
Black Panther issue 4, the first full appearance of the White Wolf.
A lot going on there.
And it's a great book.
We have Swamp Thing issue 38, the second appearance of Constantine.
Swamp Butt. Look at that booty.
And then to keep a theme-esque going, we have Kazar issue 13, the first cover appearance of Man-Thing, and the third appearance overall of Man-Thing.
Wow. I've never seen Man-Thing look like that.
It's
Yeah.
he's quite the man thing.
You know? He's a little over Man-Thing, don't you think? Oh.
All right, congratulations there. Some Swamp Thing and some Man-Thing. Got that there for you coming your way, Ronnie. Thank you so much for playing along with us. We'll be doing another pool of 7 books from the giveaway bin towards the end of the show, so guys, keep on watching. In the meantime, let's take Izzy and move him back over. Come on, move him back. It's not working. Why do we do that? There we go. Jeez Louise, that was the weakest.
I had a little bit of a costume change. We'll get to that a little later.
All right, let's get you back. Yeah, he's not. It wasn't a giant man thing. That's right. This is just a He's more than manageable man thing.
All right, the next book on my pile here is a book that I think.
I noticed that it was a cut man thing because his foot was attached to the ground.
Where were we? Okay, let me get back. So I consider this to be one of the best stories of the modern age that a lot of people don't talk about that they should. And back in May of last year, 1 year ago, I went to Fan Expo and I got Rags Morales to sign it. And it's Identity Crisis #1.
Oh.
Is that a Michael Turner cover?
This is a Michael Turner cover, yes. But we also have a Rags. Look at that signature, guys.
Very nice.
This story, more people should be reading this story. I think this is probably one of the best stories in comics in this era. Because what Brad Meltzer and Rags Morales did in this story was intense. It was awesome. It was great. It dealt with subject matters that comic books usually don't deal with. But at the same time, it's still a great superhero story.
Excellent.
All right.
I don't know if you already got highlighted or not, but Papa, thank you so much for being a channel member for 17 months. Appreciate you, sir.
Our next book here, I got it signed in Heroes Con last year. And I was with Mark from Legion of Comics when I got it signed.
Heroes Con, you say? I hear that place is fabulous. By the way, booth 1766, Comics Curing Cancer, will be there. Will you?
Yes, I'll be there. So I picked this up from Big Time Collectibles. It was a hot book when it came out originally, and with Mark we got it signed. It's the Superman Special Edition 75.
Oh. Jurgens has a great autograph. Very nice.
Stands out with the lighting, too, because it's a foil, so it's kind of...
Oh, yeah. Slabbed foils are so difficult to show off or take pictures of.
But it's kind of nice how his signature kind of like just pops out like that.
It floats above it all.
You know what I mean?
I remember I was on the opposite side of the CGC booth when you received that back from CGC, right?
Yeah. This is
Well,
gorgeous.
there you go. No, nobody cure cancer because we want Taylor to be there, or maybe cure cancer. We don't want Taylor there. I'm not sure.
There's a reason I'm late having to watch Izzy. There goes.
Well, still, nonetheless, we appreciate you, Papa, dropping that super chat. So this one is for you, sir.
That beautiful bean footage.
Somebody say heroes.
Our next book was from New York Comic Con in 2023. It is the special 78 special edition of #1.
Oh.
See, that lighting really does a number on this thing.
Yeah. The
It
Reeve
does.
logo. Mm-hmm.
But it's the Superman 78 logo. But what's really cool about it is I also got the New York Comic Con logo that they only did that 1 year.
There you go. Nice.
What's on the back cover of that, Izzy?
More foil.
More foil. Shiny.
Straight Edge Rick. Nice. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you, sir.
All right. Now let's get ready for the good stuff. Well, at least to me.
I'm standing by. Infinity War.
It now begun. This is Infinity War, which is the second part of the saga.
Mm-hmm.
But not to be confused with the first part,
which is Infinity Gauntlet. Mm-hmm. Great Rob Lim story. Rob Lim, Jim Starlin.
That's the kind of knowledge, comic book knowledge I bring to this table, Chris.
I'll just step back, Rob. You handle. You handle the commentary. Thank you for pointing out that.
It's also a wraparound.
Yeah. Well, now I'll say something controversial. Never a fan
wow.
of this cover. Never a fan of this cover. I thought it was a little bit of a. They're just trying to copy Jim Lee's style a little too much with this.
Really, you thought Ron Lim was copying Jim Lee?
I'm just saying.
I don't know about copying Jim Lee.
I'm just saying.
He's always had a style of his own. Now, I would admit that his style it's not as detailed as other people, but it fits the mold for what he does. He probably does one of the best Silver Surfers out there. The Rob Lim Silver Surfer is probably one of the best.
Ron Lim does an excellent Skullfire.
Fire Lord too.
To quote Denzel, we all know that Kirby's Surfer is king.
And check out that Black Widow. Remember that gray costume?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
We're here for you, Izzy.
Another shiny.
Slow down.
Rob is on fire today.
Triple sign.
We are now entering the Adam part of the show.
This is the Warlock part. You guys, all that shiny.
This is what everybody's been here for all this time.
Just for Warlock, right?
Exactly.
Sat through Lobo. Now it's Adam time.
Mm-hmm. So this one is signed by Tom Randy, Jim Starlin, and Keith Williams. All three of them sign it, and the book in itself. It's not expensive, but you throw in the three signatures, and you throw in one of the coolest characters out there.
We've given it away. We've given it away a few times. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Interesting note about this character is one of the first characters used the pronoun him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was adamant about being known by his pronoun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he never went by his. It was just him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was never
not he him, just him.
No, he was never a he him. He was just a him.
Say anything?
Starley. Jim Starley.
Not to be confused with Jim Starlin. But
no, Jim Starley.
Yeah.
Warlock was woke. Not really, because he was kind of assigned that at birth.
There's some story behind it. Well, it was the craze of Jesus Star Superstar, right? Jesus Christ Superstar. That's when that he became Warlock.
Oh, the adventure,
the
adventure of the whatever. All right.
Our next book.
This is a great show.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
The True Infinity Watch. Not whatever they're doing right now, but Angel Medina's work was great on this image.
You enjoyed the '90s, hey Izzy? Like the
I just love Warlock. Warlock was just one of those characters to me. Just stood out to me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Especially
that was
during
actually
this
a pretty
time.
decent band. I do remember them. Yeah.
Him was a good band.
Yeah.
I was never like big on them, but they were fine.
I remember picking up a few CDs at Hot Topic of theirs. Yeah.
Wow, CDs at Hot Topic. I was at Hot Topic yesterday. There wasn't a single CD.
I know. I mentioned it to my youngest, and they go, "What are you talking about, Dad?"
There
But
was plenty of Funkos.
I'm old. Okay.
I know.
I remember a time before Hot Topic. Okay, we had to get our dark clothes elsewhere.
We're gonna get there, Spidey.
We had to get our band shirts at the concert.
Yeah.
I used to get my band shirt in the Village when the Village was a cool place to be. Greenwich Village.
TM, there. We're not poking the bear today, TM. We are not poking that bear.
Yeah, TM. I'll get you for that one. All right, talking about him.
All right. All right. So what issue is this? Is this 4?
This is issue 3.
3.
And it is signed by Jim Starlin and the one George Perez.
Okay.
The one.
And only George Perez.
We all know Neil's the one, but I appreciate where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got a black label across the top there. Would you mind reading us how this book was signed then?
So this was signed at a convention back in the 90s. So I've been going to conventions since 1990. And that's why I have a lot of books that are signed. And of course, they've been sitting there waiting for the moment that CGC will say, hey, we're going to authenticate signatures. So therefore, this was a book that was just sitting there waiting for that moment to happen. So that's what it was. I cannot tell you when it was that it got signed. The only thing I could tell you, it was signed in the 90s. In New York. It was probably one of the Great Eastern Conventions. But I also have.
He says it like all the conventions in the East are great. And
no. That was the name of the convention.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying that was the actual title of the convention, Great Eastern Conventions.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's not do West Coast, East Coast convention argument.
Oh, I wasn't going to get into that.
All right.
West Coast got crap for conventions.
Let's get to another signed book.
Look at that. Unleashed at last.
Because he was being held back.
This is the first cover for Gamora. And this is not the original cover. The original cover was more brighter, but Jim Starlin and Marvel were having a fallout at this time, and they decided to blacken it out. He doesn't know why, to be honest. That's his story. He eventually left Marvel during this time, but the book came out. He signed it, but it features the first Gamora on the cover.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Carries that mad Spidey thumbs up of approval.
Yes.
Thank you. When is Gamora? You got it.
I'll do you one better.
Who is Gamora? Who is Gamora? When is Gamora? Okay. Another book that I got signed at Baltimore.
Yeah, freeze frame. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dig it.
Some strange tales featuring Warlock.
Mm-hmm. 178. I must have like 6 copies of this book. But there it is. There's the signature right there.
Nice, tucked in the corner, out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant.
It's definitely a good cover. I love this cover. Mm-hmm.
Nah. See, he loves Macho.
Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage.
I think it's Sherry he's talking about, though.
Yeah. So this book was originally a restored copy that was at 9.2, but I took it to a con recently, and the person responsible for doing the work, the writer of this book, he signed a book, and then I gave it to Spineworks. Shout out to Spineworks, who they did some work on it. They got the restore label removed, but the grade did have a little bit of a decrease.
Oh,
but
that makes sense.
I think it's worth it.
Oh, God, Peter hit me!
Yeah!
Ow!
All right.
There it is.
All
The
right.
premiere Marvel premiere.
Isn't it interesting how his pose always seems to be very similar? Hands up, hands down. Hands up, hands down. Legs
He
spread out.
strikes a power pose saying, guess where my power comes from within. My man thing.
Those are tighty whities there. Yeah. All right, Izzy, what's it say on the right side of the blue label or
So
pardon me,
right
yellow
now-
label, sir?
It says first appearance of him as Adam Warlock, first appearance of the Soul Gem, Hulk, Thor, and Fantastic Four appearance in flashback.
Nice.
There's a lot.
Good for you.
Nice.
Not just a god, but a man god born.
We call those demigods back in the ancient times, but you know.
All right, let's go to our next one here.
Wait, I know we're getting there. Keep going, Izzy. You can do it. I super believe in you. Yes.
Yeah! Yeah!
Him.
It was a Monday morning. You know, they didn't have their coffee yet. They're like, what are we going to call this guy? Him. It's fine.
Either that, or it was Friday. They'd already worked 5 hours of overtime. Nobody's getting out of the shop, going home until we name this guy. Him.
Him.
All right, sounds good. We're out of here. Let's go home, guys. Make it a weekend.
Now, I did not get this. I did not pick this up at a newsstand when I was a kid because I wasn't born when this book came out. But I did pick it up, and I managed to get it signed. You know, managed to get it slabbed, and I'm happy at it. You know, they came out at 5.5, but more importantly, how presentable it looks.
Yeah. Now, Izzy, did you have it cleaned and pressed first, or did you just send
Yes,
it?
I had it clean and press.
All right.
But I sent it out. Came out really good. This presents so well. So
I was actually really happy. I just recently picked up a copy of my book myself recently.
Who's the most annoying superhero ever? Him.
All right.
Okay, guys, you ready for the last one?
Are we going to Fantastic Four?
So I'm gonna tell a story with this one. This one has a story. So back in 2007 was the very first New York Comic Con, as we know it today, the Reed Pop edition. And CGC was relatively new at the time. A lot of they've been around for a little bit, but they were relatively new, and people were getting books graded. And I had this book. Now, this book was a gift from my wife. My wife purchased it online. She got it for me. She was so happy. And during this event, it was going to feature Stan Lee. Stan Lee was going to be at this event. So we went there. We got there early, and it was a ticketed event. So you had to get a ticket. And I'm talking about the old school classic, raffle ticket type of thing.
The kind that Harrison Ford throws you off of a blimp for not having.
Yeah, exactly. So we get to the show, and of course, there was no tickets available. Now, I'm a person who absolutely won't take no for an answer, so I'm trying to figure out a way to do this. But before I even try to figure this out, I go to the CGC booth and I tell them, if I get a Stan Lee signature, will you grade it? His direct answer was yes. So I said, okay, great. This is fantastic. Literally fantastic. I go, and the line for Stan Lee was forming at the convention center. Now, this convention center was not the typical New York Comic Con. It was very small, very compact. It was actually a fire hazard. And there were people that were waiting until 3:00 in the afternoon just to get in. But I was already in. The line starts forming, and there was a 3 comic book limit. So I decided, let me just go ask a couple of people to see if they have 3 books. If they don't have 3 books, then I could say, hey, can you get this book signed for me? And then, and I hook them up in something along those lines. So I spoke to a few people and they were all like, no, I'm sorry, can't help you. Then this other guy shows up. He says, you need a Stan Lee ticket? I said, yeah. And he's like, I got a Stan Lee ticket. And I said, are you going to use it? Right? Because he's asking me, right? It's like, no, you want it? I was like, yeah, I want it. It's like, well, how much you want to give to me? And I was like, I'll give you $20. So I give him $20. He gives me the ticket. I get on the line. I get this book signed and I get another 2 books signed. I then go back to CGC and I go see the same guy I spoke to earlier. And I told him, hey, yeah, exactly. I told him like this. I tell him, I got the book. Here it is. Now, can we get this book graded? So he tells me, need a witness. And I said, well, you didn't tell me that. Remember, this is before anybody knew anything about witnesses and things like that. So I said, you didn't say anything. So I go up and I said, well, let me show you something. I pull up my phone because we took a photo of Stan and me. So there I am with Stan, me, and the comic book is perfectly placed in a way that you could see the comic book. We're wearing the same clothes. And I show him this is Stan.
Go see the background.
This is the comic. Look at the signature. The guy tells me, give me the book. And he accepted it. And
nice.
This book.
Yeah, this is my best ever.
Now I have to send it to get reholder because unfortunately it has a crack right here.
And it's an old, ugly slab that doesn't stay together very well. But look at that, Chris. Stan was kind enough to sign in the corner, out of the way, and not right across the middle of him.
And it's not smudged.
Going up. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would normally expect him to just be right across the middle of the cocoon.
It's such a perfect signature placement.
With his black marker that half of it disappears on the
or presses too hard. Yeah.
So
or right across, or else he'd sign right there across over the power of him.
Well, it'd be better than, Chris Claremont signs right over the head. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Roddy Johnson hits a $3.33 super
power
chat with him. You know what? Just because of that, I'm going to hit instead of the normal super chat because it goes wrong. We're going to change him to yes.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
There we go. Him. There we go. All right. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I hope you don't feel shortchanged by that. Do appreciate the super chat. Izzy, phenomenal set of books there. So we got the let's see who we got. The Retroverse. Oops, I did have it up. The Retroverse XL. Boy, Rob, how you diddly doing?
How you diddly do?
I'm doing
well.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. First appearance of a cocoon. No, that's not entirely
It really
true.
is, actually. Well,
that's probably not really. No.
The issue previous is the first appearance of the cocoon.
Well, maybe that cocoon, but not a cocoon.
That's true.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys. Don't run off yet. Don't run off. We're going to do another giveaway here in just a half a second. But first, I want to make sure I read off the names of our wonderful Goon Squad members. Special thanks out to DJ Links, Stephen C., Legion of Comics, Dale of Suspense, Dr. Von Hoots, Comics from the Spiral Dimension, Justin Birch, Letters, Circumstances, The Comic Vet, Austin LeMay, Mad Spidey, Collecting with Durs, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Comiverse, Deadman, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, Timo Hanna, still only 35 cents, Cliff on Comics, Bearded Comic Bro never could figure it out, Daymares, The Adventurous Joe, Valen Rook, Jay Knows the Way, Ronnie Johnson, Omnibo, 1063 Comics, Silver Eagle, and of course, our newest member joining today, the upgrading from Henchman to Goon Squad members, Comics on the Edge. Thank you guys so much for that. Now, having said that, it only makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, hashtag him. Make sure it's him, not hims. That's completely different.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing.
Both of them full of power, but we're going with him here. Guys, fabulous views going on right lately on my videos from this week. Thank you guys so much. The WonderCon haul.
This was before anybody knew anything about him, so that's how I was able to get away with it.
Fraud is fraud.
So my WonderCon haul that
Playing.
funny thing, I don't talk over you guys during your promos. The Monday WonderCon haul doing fabulous, over 1,000 views. Thank you guys all so much for that. And Thursday had a bunch of CBCS art submission. If you love sketch covers, some fabulous sketch covers that came back from that. Coming up this Monday will be another mail call because we do that every Monday. Got myself, like I said, wonderful AOK from the Von Hoot family, as well as some more amazing variants and a slab that a repeat of a slab I already have because it's that damn good. Then of course Thursday we'll do another video with some. We're gonna unbox on Thursday. Will be an unboxing of books for the comic book giveaway bin. So if you want to see some of the greatness that will eventually making its way into our giveaway bin, tune in Thursday. And then Saturday we're back here again next week with Chonko Comics. Ladies and gentlemen, so be sure you're here to join us as we welcome Chonko Comics to the show at the regular time. All right, let's see. We got 64 out of 78. That's excellent. We do ship everywhere, so I'll give you just a moment longer to get that in. Remind everybody also, if you are hit those links down below in the description to sub up Chris the Comic Vet, IzzyverseNYC. Also, there's some promos there if you're interested. If you're in Canada right now, it's better. Not so much for you guys in the US, but the company that I do all my bag and boards through, there's a promo code down below there. You save 10 Canadian dollars off your purchase. And because their stuff is manufactured in Canada, Canadians, no tariffs. Except, actually, I take that back. No tariffs, period. US right now, tariffs. As a matter of fact, they've even taken a few items off their website for America because some of the items were, some of the plastic stuff, the plastic backing, the clear backer boards were made in China. And so those tariffs are ridiculous. Anyways, save $10 on your first Canadian dollars on your first purchase. And then of course, information there also for the Rogue Trader comic book presser. You can use the code FATSTACKS at checkout on his website, save 20% off your pressing, including already discounted bundles. And when you do use that code, he'll donate $10 to Comics Curing Cancer. All right. That's long enough. Ladies and gentlemen, round and around, and where she goes, where she stops, nobody knows. Our winner of the second set of pulls from the book is, boom, Lone Eagle. Congratulations. Let's move you. And we're going to go right to there. Bang. All right.
I hope you get the Eagly book.
Watch your back.
You know how we do it, brother. Let's pull some books and make yourself sad.
All right. No.
You only have yourself to blame.
3 from the front, 3 from the back.
Oh, whoa, no way. Okay, this one has a +2 on it. Ooh. So you get 2 extra books.
Okay. Well, let's, Rob, count 4 from the front. That would have been
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
And that one, that is number 4. We'll pull that.
Okay.
All right, let's let it ride. Stop. And those 2 books that your finger splits.
Okay.
And back to front. Stop. And those 2 books your finger splits. And time for the bonus. Stop. And those 2 books your finger splits.
That's good. All right. Woo! 9 books.
So Rob, Logan Eagle would like to give this gift to Chris.
Really?
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Well, you guys ought to figure out something because
well,
we got some books to give away.
He may change his mind once he sees
Well,
the books.
jungle action in there. Just
All right.
jungle action. Or
Oh my God, how appropriate is that? Okay, I got these things figured out now. Let's see. So who we get? Let's see. Okay. So these books are going to. Are we still going to Lone Eagle? Is that what we're doing, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. Lone Eagle. Here's what you get. First, the book that gives you 2 extra pulls. You get the variant cover of The Doctor #1, written by Brian LCS, signed by Brian LCS.
That's a great cover.
Yeah. Well done.
You get Avengers #43.
Mm-hmm.
You get Wonder Woman Black and Gold.
Ooh.
Well, that series had some incredible covers.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty good
You
cover.
get Alex Ross Marvels issue 2.
Oh, we see that book again.
This just went in.
Yeah, exactly.
And fished right back out.
As seen earlier on this show,
yes!
The Warlock Chronicles.
Saw autograph.
Oh. You got the shirt.
Now we get into the banger section of this.
Hey, that was a banger. Let's.
So we get Thor 391. First Eric Masterson, who becomes Thunderstrike, and the first full appearance of Mongoose.
A whole bicycle.
And look, it's guest starring the franchise. Right
That's
there
right.
on the cover.
It had to happen.
It had to happen.
I saw the corner box is slightly smaller. You notice that? Ooh.
Secret Wars 7, first Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Now we're giving away Secret Wars. Okay.
Can't wait to see 8.
Marvel Premiere issue 51, featuring the Black Panther.
You know I like Marvel Premiere.
I'm not happy about that.
That's a great cover too.
Well, that's all right. You can sit down for this one, Chris.
He already is.
The final book in this pool, Captain America 104.
Oh my.
And people were like, hey, I'm happy to see Chris back. I'm happy to see Chris back. That's why Chris wasn't here for a couple weeks. Because of nonsense like this. We're giving away goddamn Steranko Captain America books.
You know, Chris, I'm happy to see you on the show just so I can see you do this.
Yeah. All right. You're out of here. I've had enough. That's enough.
Yes.
Yeah, that's enough of you showing off that book. Come on, man. Captain America books given away.
Congratulations, Lone Eagle. Yes, there you go. Best damn giveaway box on YouTube. Absolutely 100%. We thank you very much for that. Tune in tonight to Mad Spidey's Outback, where I'll be hosting, and we'll put some new books into this giveaway bin. Hey, Chris, I don't know if you know, but you know what we threw in there last week?
What's that?
Spectacular Spider-Man 90.
Is that the Crisis on Campus cover or
no?
That's the second appearance of the black suit Spider-Man for first in the series. Black Cat cover. Yeah.
You said 90?
Yeah.
Which volume?
First.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, spectacular! I'm sorry, I thought I was just thinking amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, spectacular.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for coming out again. Remember, next week we'll be back here again at that same slab time, same slab channel with our friend Chonko Comics for episode number 188. And guys, most importantly, make sure you collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody else. Fat man, fat stack of comics, fat opinion. You know the routine. Thank you guys all for coming out. Have a great weekend.